We're welcoming Jewelry Edition. We're going to be doing a Monday night series for the next 6 weeks with them about their awesome artists. And I'm really excited about that because I am a big fan of what they're doing. And I'm going to have them join in right now. Hold on a sec. People, let's get them here. Hello. I'm making them. So hi, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. Hi, Tanya. I'm waiting for Jewelry Edition to join. Oh, hi, Laura.
Hi.
Laura. How are you, sweetie?
Good. How are you?
Hi, happy
Cheers.
hour. Look at all that beautiful jewelry behind you. Yes. Hello, welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Monday. Laura, it's such a pleasure. I want you to introduce Jewelry Edition a little bit and what you guys do.
Yeah, for sure. So I am one half of the behind the scenes. I run the project with Kat Cole, who's a good friend and colleague of mine. And we began Jewelry Edition just out of graduate school. We basically started it because we wanted to provide more opportunities for contemporary jewelry artists, especially at the emerging level, because a lot of times when you're just getting started, a lot of the professional opportunities that are out there require a little bit more experience, a little bit more having shown their work around. And so Jewelry Edition kind of started as a way for us to be able to work with other artists to create more opportunities for visibility for contemporary jewelry. And so we are now in our 5th volume. And so we've worked.
How long is each volume, by the way? Just to give reference.
So in the past, it's always been a year. So we do a call for entry, and then we have between 4 and 6 other artists that we work with for that entire year. And what we do is we basically travel the collection of jewelry all over the country. And we've also done, we work a lot with galleries, we work a lot with organizations like this, but we've also been to universities as visiting artists to bring the collection to students. We've also brought it to different conferences and symposiums. We did one at the UMA Symposium in Arizona, which is always awesome because it's outside and we get to kind of like be on the street and hang out and meet people and, you know, be in the sun. And so that's nice. We also did a pop-up in Atlanta and teamed up with a culinary artist, and we did kind of like the shared mailing list thing where the culinary artist brought in her client list and we brought in ours from the Atlanta area, and people who like good food also enjoy handmade and craft and things like this. So that worked out really well.
You're doing this like kind of the work, and like you're partnering with these really awesome, like, and very out of the box kind of organizations. It sounds like traditional as well as.
Yeah, we try to. I mean, totally. Well, yeah, the idea is to get the jewelry in front of more people and to grow the audience and to let people know what contemporary jewelry is and you know why it's awesome. And so yeah,
non-academic setting, like with real people who can really touch things, right? So this is a big deal. So how did you curate the artists that you're using now? What's been going on in quarantine, because this has totally changed everything, and what's the future? I want to hear a little bit about the writing, and I want you to talk about Tanya, who we're going to introduce, so stay tuned because she's going to hop in and talk about her work. And I'm like already excited about the scale I'm seeing behind you, because I didn't know the scale of the work.
Yeah, so it's amazing. I'm wearing all Tanya right now.
Cool.
Okay, let me see. What was the first question? The artists. Yes, rapid fire. So typically we work with between 4 and 6 artists. We have found that that's a good number for us to be able to do because, you know, Kat and I both have our individual practices. We're both like working in all of these other ways in our life. And so this is very much a passion project for us. And so in order for us to be able to do the best we can with the artists that we work with, we wanted to pick a number that we could, you know, handle. You get above 6 or 8 artists and it becomes a lot of inventory, a lot of logistics. Exactly. And so 6 to 8, well, I'd say 4 to 6 other artists is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause that's a lot to deal with and also like manage an inventory, but that means you can also go a little bit deeper with the amount of pieces you could carry from each artist, but do you also curate special pieces from these people who have practices and show in other places around the country?
Sometimes, yes. You know, we do when we do the call for entry, we usually ask for about 3 to 5 images of a good range of what is reflective of your
Yeah,
what your work is, you know? And so
totally.
we like to see a bigger showpiece, obviously, but we also really enjoy to be able to have pieces that are, you know, in a
Oh,
range that, you know, people can collect and buy without really having to make a huge investment. So it's nice
yeah.
to find artists who have that range. So we're
Hmm.
definitely looking for that in the applications. We're also looking for a really professional application in terms of photography, because a lot
Hmm.
of times we pull directly from that to go right into our print and on the website. And so we need someone who's already figured out those logistics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it can't, it's like, because you're not going to be doing all the photography and all the social media and all the images and stuff.
Right. We do a lot of it. I mean, we do a fair amount once we have it to keep things consistent. But in the beginning, when we're first kind of, you know, trying to find these artists and get a good feel for what it's going to look like, we like to see really nice images because it gives us an idea of what it's going to feel like when you put the group together. So yeah, it's exciting.
That's really awesome. So, okay, so tell me a little bit about how this is curated this time. And also, it sounds like with quarantine, things have been changing. So you've kind of like adapted a little bit with more unboxings and doing IG lives, for example. So this is
Yes,
nice. Yeah,
how you are like really part of
I've been doing
that.
this. Yeah. Well, because
Yeah,
I've been
I
putting
mean,
through this. I've roped everybody in if you hadn't noticed. But I'm
that's
like, I'm
awesome.
part of the future, and I think it's really important for us to talk about what we do because we're doing this all the time, but people don't know it. This is
Yeah,
like this
and I
people
mean it's a
don't know.
full-time thing. Yeah, I mean everybody is pivoting and trying to figure out how to live their lives a little differently as a result of needing to self-isolate and stay safe and just sort of, you know, also stay sane and happy. And yeah, so we're all feeling it in all these different ways. But I think the most exciting thing about like a positive that's come out of this are things like this. Like, why weren't we already doing this and sharing, you know, the
This
jewelry and talking to each
plan,
other?
this accelerated our plan, and we do this all the time already. Nobody knows it.
Yeah.
This is we bounce ideas off each other. We talk about business. We talk about like how we choose work, what we think about work, our own work. So this is really nice. So tell me a little bit about, like, for example, I'm loving everything that you're wearing, and I'm loving this. I can't stop staring at that humongous piece back there.
Okay. Okay.
You
Well,
have to
so I will
balance.
start with
Yeah,
so
show
Tanya
me.
Crane is
Show
amazing. And
me.
a lot of people who are already familiar with enamel or contemporary jewelry may know Tanya. So she might be a familiar face or she might be new to some of the people watching. But she's an incredible metalsmith and enamelist. She is out of the Boston area in Pawtucket is where she lives. And then she teaches at Tufts University. And so they're really lucky to have her there. And she is just, I'll let her go into more of the details because that'll be kind of exciting to hear from Tanya. But we have always known about Tanya and her work. And what she's probably most known for is this sgraffito that she does on the enamel,
Ooh.
which is sort of a layer of glass that then she sort of draws back through and then puts another layer of enamel on the top to preserve that mark making. But this is a necklace. I love this piece. It's kind of one of those asymmetrical pieces that you can kind of wear multiple ways. And even if it flips back and forth, it's as beautiful on the back as it is on the front. And so
Are those
it's a really
wood?
versatile
Are those
piece.
like more circular pieces? Are they the same as the enamel, the same material as well?
So this is wood, and
That,
this is
okay,
something. Yeah, this is wooden pieces, and I'll let Tanya weigh in on whether or not she did that mark making or if these are something that she found, but it definitely is so in line with her aesthetic. I mean, it just feels like something that is an intuitive process, but also she's got like this innovation that comes with the way that she's designing and putting pieces together.
I love it because I
So
love
this is a great
the work.
piece. I love this piece, but I'm going to pull the big Pimpin
I know
necklace
because you just
off
got the
of
work.
this.
You haven't had access to the work, and so you got a bunch of the work back, which kind of prompted us to do this laser
Yeah.
etch. Okay, Tanya, I'm super excited to talk to you. So, okay, so show us what the heck?
So this is the big Pimpin necklace. I love this big giant chain she's got on
That's
here. These pieces are like each probably 3 inches across here. I mean, it is a really, I'll put it on.
Yeah, and I want to know, I can't wait to talk to you because I want to know, like, I want to see the back also. It looks really awesome.
Yes.
Ooh, you guys. It's so fun to try on jewelry. Hi, welcome. The wood is
Tanya is one of those people. She is so prolific. You know, like she'll make a piece like this giant
I love
piece. That. This is the back.
Whoa, it's
amazing. Gorgeous. And I don't know if you can tell, but like this center of each one of these has like there's 2 layers of the enamel. So it's just kind of got like a.
How are those attached to each other?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like she's got this like she's stacked.
I know, Michael. Right? Isn't this amazing? Oh my God, you guys.
She's amazing. And this piece is just like amazing, but you know, definitely a collector piece. Also, like, would you not just hang that on your wall? You know,
the earrings, these beautiful, like the earrings you're wearing are awesome, Tanya. And also the earrings the pink ones that are on your website right now. There's like this blush pink.
Yeah, I think the blush pink ones may have sold, but I mean, I'm sure Tanya can do something in a similar colorway. You know,
it's a rivet that is 18 karat gold. Oh, okay. Well, it's like the baby version.
Yeah, this is Little Pimp.
Little
Pimp. I love it. It's amazing. So I'm just going to show you quickly a couple pieces that are my favorite, and then I'll let you pop over to Tanya because I don't want to.
Yeah.
But I know that she'll be able to talk. So you know about the work.
Have for jewelry edition. I'd love a little try, and we'll pop into Tanya, and then maybe come back and say goodbye. And
yes. Okay, so this is a tube brooch. She's calling these tube brooches. So this is like a folded copper piece that she sort of worked the shape into. She's fold formed this piece. So she starts with a thin layer of copper and kind of hammers it to get these cool ridges, but then totally transforms the piece with the enamel. So it's like hollow in the middle, but that's just going to kind of
feels like you're getting the same graphic effect you're getting with the sgraffito. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, same. This is also the sgraffito. It's just a line motif rather than the stippling kind of motif that she does. But I love this piece. I mean, also Tanya Crane signature earrings. I mean, these are like the Tanya Crane earring. If you're a jewelry collector and you don't have this yet, this is like the thing. This is like the one you want in your collection. We are both obsessed. Kat and I are both obsessed with this one.
Those are awesome. The shape is lovely too.
Aren't those cool?
I really like the setting, Tanya, also, which is like
yeah. This brooch is pretty awesome. I have like we have so much of Tanya's work right now. Yes, the COVID-19, we did an exhibition in South Carolina. We were there at Upstate University for 3 months. We did a longer term exhibition. And then we had a smaller capsule collection that we took to the ECU symposium and that we've been showing online.
Okay.
But the quarantine, the work was in quarantine after the exhibition for an extra month. And so we're just now getting all this work back. So we've got so much.
It's like a present to you as well, because sometimes you're there, you know what I mean? I love it.
Yeah, well, they're so great.
Like, what do you think about having Tanya come in now? We're 8:15.
Yeah, perfect.
What do you think, Tanya? If you're ready, I'm gonna join you. I'm not sure how to do that.
So I know that if anybody's joined on from the Jewelry Edition page, they may have to pop over to Megan's page and watch her conversation with Tanya, and then I'll pop back on, but you'll still be able to stay on Megan's to see.
I think it'll be okay. I think it'll still work. I'm gonna try it right now. I'm gonna remove you with an ad. Okay, bye, Laura. Okay, hi, Tanya. I'm gonna try unable to join. Uh-oh. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna bring Laura back. Laura, can't get Tanya. Tanya, we might have to start again. It says you can't join for some reason. Anyone? know about that? Or send
Do
me,
I need to?
it shouldn't matter.
Oh,
I'm
I
on
think
my
you need to be
computer.
on your phone, Tanya.
You have to be
I
on your
think you have to
phone
be on
because
your
on your
phone.
computer there's something weird about, I don't know why
The
actually.
computer.
Yeah, I've noticed it.
Well,
I've
it's like not set up.
Okay, try on more stuff. Well, Tanya,
Yeah.
if you could get your phone, that'd be awesome. We're gonna try on more of your work and pimp you out and
And ready
talk
to hop on,
amazing
and I'll show you.
about you. So no worries. Yeah, Laura, just I'm gonna try to get you in. Yes, my dear. Yes. Okay. It's like magic. Hi, Mary. Hi, family. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you so
Here
much
I am.
for being here. I'm
Hey,
so very excited to talk to it. Woo, I love your sweater, A.
thank you.
Beautiful. I love that pop of color. You look great. Yes,
Thank you.
super cute. This with the this is great. Mm-hmm. Yes. Tell
Thank
me
you.
more. Tell me more about your whole. This is great. As Laura was saying, these are like your signature earring. Like, how did these become your signature earring? And tell us a little bit about
Okay.
your process. All that.
Well, it started with that big Pimpin Necklace, that really big one. And
Oh.
I think it was Liz Clark who came over. She came to my studio and she was like, Tanya, these need to be earrings. And I was like, well, they're kind of big. And so I kind of sized them down a little bit. They were 3 inches. Now they're 2 inches. And that's how that evolved.
That's
Sorry, I'm putting on my phone.
nice.
But they're super light. So I start with 26 gauge metal, which is really, really, really thin because I know that I'm going to be adding layers of enamel to it. So I do a base coat and then I add a top coat that's painted and then I scratch through using these clay shaper pens. There's just a rubber tip pen.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm able to get the graphic quality. And then I do a top coat of clear enamel that I underfire. So then it has that kind of sugary, lumpy, bumpy surface.
So for people who are not like jewelry people, so what happens is that it gets like under firing glass has it adhere, but it has like a quality like broken glass a little bit on the top, but it's smooth, somewhat smooth. It feels like I'm not sure how to explain it, but it has a texture. Do you,
Yeah.
so you leave the texture on, when you're scratching in, are you trying to fill in with the glaze on top in some way so that because if you're scratching it, it's going to leave another texture as well, right? When you first glaze that or when you first.
It kind of does. So enamel, so the kiln does a couple things to enamel. It allows it to completely flow or it kind of allows it to stop. And so you really have to get to know your kiln in order to get the surface that you want. So over the course of the last 20 years that I've been enameling, I've had to kind of get to know the different kilns that I'm using.
And so are you in your home studio now? Are you still able, okay, cool. So you have your own home, like multiple kilns, one kiln, like how does your day
Here,
like
I'll show. Let me just take you down here.
yeah, show me. Yeah. What a beautiful, is that a Vasilka? What is or the
Vasella kiln?
Yeah.
Yep. So I got this kiln a couple years ago.
Nice.
And I had them make it custom size for me, a 10-inch by 10-inch, just in case one day maybe I do vessels. And then I have this little kiln. This is like a recent acquisition.
Oh my God, it's so cute. Holy moly. I've never seen a kiln like that. And it's the cutest thing ever. It's perfect. Would you do like a pair of earrings in that?
Totally. So I've been doing a lot of these small tube earrings. I'll show you.
Show me everything. Could you form all the metal as well?
Yep. So I finished these all today.
These are gorgeous. You did this on a curve? You enameled on the curve? Like, okay.
I did.
Yes, that's fun.
So I've been using liquid enamels.
Oh.
And so I've been dipping. So I can dip and then I sit them on top of my kiln for them to dry.
Oh, cool.
And then I fire it. Then I add extra layers of color. So I'll dip this red color over this cream color. Well, it's kind of like an off-white color.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Then I like add the different polka dots and the sgraffito, and I fire that. And then I do the top coat, which is that really lovely kind
Ooh,
of
because I can
crystal.
see when you're, I really like that because you can see it's a little smoother on the bottom. Is that right? And more rough.
Yep.
Beautiful. I love that you're getting multiple textures,
Yep.
colors,
Yep.
feel.
And the
Oh,
colors on top shift the color that's underneath.
yeah.
So these look so different without like this this is like a green polka dot and this is a yellow polka dot. This red looks so much different before I add the colors on top. It's amazing. So I just kind of every time I make them, I experiment.
Isn't that fun? Oh,
So
all
much
the
fun.
you have. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. This is amazing. Oh, I love all the
And then,
graphic quality. Like, what inspires you to do this technique in particular? It's almost like illustration or pattern making in a way.
well, it's meditative. You know, I can just sit here and I can listen to my podcast. I can listen to my music, and I can just dot 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 like for hours. You know, it's really fun.
Oh, you're speaking my language. I totally get this. This is gorgeous. I love this. The colors in that one is really beautiful with the light purple. Ooh.
This has multiple greens. And this is
How did
like,
it come about? How did you get the form to have that kind of vein running through it?
well, it starts out flat
Okay.
like this. Then this is so thin that I can form it with my hands.
Oh,
So I
it's
just,
26 gauge, would you say?
yep, 26 gauge,
Yeah.
and I roll it over, and then I flatten it, and I hammer along the crease, and then I open it back up, and that creates like a fold-formed shape. And so I do that a couple times, right? And then I'm able to fold it over into the curve just by hand. And I don't solder the seam. I don't like make any kind of tab closure. I allow the enamel to do the work.
Totally. It works great.
Yeah.
Oh, they feel like little vessels almost. I can see you going bigger totally with this.
Yeah. Oh, these are actually quite big. This is like 3 or 4 inches.
Oh, yeah. That's a big. Is it
Yeah.
heavy even though I know it's thin but and hollow?
Super
Okay.
light.
And how many layers of glass of the enamel are you putting on then to get those effects?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's still like
Yep.
different. By the way, every time you put that in, you have to do a different firing, let it cool down, reapply. It's clean it, reapplied. It's not it's easy bake oven, you know?
No. Like these 3 pairs of earrings that I made took me several days. So I form the metal, I solder the post on, and I'll do the base layer. So I'll dip and I'll set it to dry, and that takes a while for it to dry.
Really? Like how long?
If I did it not on top of my kiln, it would take probably close to an hour or so, depending on the outside temperature. On my kiln, I can get it to dry completely. It has to be completely dry, otherwise it'll pop off in the kiln. Like 15, 20 minutes, and then I'll fire it and I'll let it cool. And then the next day, I'll do these kind of alternate color layers.
Yeah.
And just depending on like my what I'm doing or whatever, like I like to work in multiples.
Totally.
I'll start all the patterning for the next day. So it's like a multi-day thing for me. I don't do it all in one day generally.
Sounds like you're like forming things, you're forming a couple groupings, about it, doing a firing or doing a dipping, doing some drawing, and then kind of everything's a little process and it takes time. Wait, so someone just asked, just to break in, do you make not just do you also do dangles, and is that something you've like, because I know you do all the metal working too, so maybe talk a little bit about like all the findings and how you set things. I really love that especially that big piece.
I think so I'm originally from California, and there you're in flip-flops every day, you're in t-shirts, and things you don't have things restricting your neck area. When I moved to the East Coast for undergrad and then grad school, after grad school, I needed jewelry that would stay in place. So
Yeah.
Right? So like I was thinking practically, like I can make dangles, of course. Like I make things with let's see, I just made some. What I found found is that they get pushed out of the ear. So these are on French hoops. You know.
Totally. This is amazing though. This is like, the color on that is awesome too. It really looks great with your sweater, by the way. Really cute.
Thank you.
So that, because I've never, this is a totally different form. Are those little parts that you enameled and put onto that is?
Yep. What? And they move.
They move. Okay, I love that. I'm obsessed with these. Someone just said obsessed with these. These are so cool. Oh, they're beautiful. Yes.
So
they're like orchids. Yes.
Yep. So yes, in answer to your question, I do make various kinds of settings and things. It just depends on my mood, really. So like, you know, I stick with this formula right now because that's what people want. And occasionally somebody might ask me to make them a dangle earring. No problem. Like, of course I can do that. So with enamel, let's talk about other settings. Like, so like in a brooch, for instance, enamel is glass. It's very fragile.
Yes.
So you have to treat it with all the care and reverence of something that can break. So I tend to make a really thick bezel on the outside with prongs that come over to protect it. And this are little, like a strand of opal.
Okay, those, I'm like, what is that little addition? I love all your textures. You're getting texture in multiple ways. It's really beautiful. The stone, and the back. Oh, the back is so pretty. What a nice set. Can you show us how that works? I love that little catch there. Yeah, it's nice. It's really pretty. It's elegant.
Yeah, and this is just like a for fun brooch. I just made this, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I never kind of put it out in the world. I'm trying to figure out, like, I think the latch for me isn't up to par, but settings are important for enamel. They have to be light, they have to be durable, they have to be protective. And so I have to think about that. I'm like, is this part of the story? Are they taking away from the enamel piece? Are they adding something to it? So I generally like give my settings texture because all of my pieces have texture, you know? So
love that attention. Yeah. So how did you bring that in? So Laura was showing the big piece. Like, how did you bring that? Because I saw a lot of gold too, which was lovely. And the graphic, it feels like functional in the back, but also graphic in a lot of ways.
Well, I was thinking about like bling jewelry. I was thinking about hip hop jewelry when I was making that piece. That's why it's called Big Pimpin, you know?
I love
that.
Yeah.
The back is gold foil. And so it's real 18 karat gold foil that I've painted onto the back. So you like paint this glue and you put the gold foil on there and you paint a sealer. And it took a long time to make that piece.
It's seamless, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Really,
it's gold so much, and I worry every time. I'm like, Jesus,
looks good. Looks great.
Yeah.
That's.
So
and is the chain like something you sourced or something you had? Like, was that part of the inspiration?
I bought that at what I call the Black It Up store. It's the place where I go get my hair products.
Classic.
I know. Well, it was just a brass chain that I had gold plated.
Oh, so it looks great. Your match is lovely. Yeah.
I had the chain and I had the back setting all gold plated. And then I used real 18 karat gold for those rivets for the two enamel, pieces together. Mm-hmm. I made that piece in grad school. Of course, I couldn't afford tons of gold. So I think there's like maybe $100 worth of gold in that piece, like real gold.
Yeah.
But I needed it, like I couldn't fabricate the setting and fabricate it all together and then send it out. I think it would have broken. So there was like multiple plannings happening when I made that piece. It's a statement. I would say that's an everyday piece. That's like a statement piece.
Did you think about ever, because I was thinking about this a little bit, wearing it flipped, you can wear it both ways, but would the enamel be okay against your body? Because it almost really this way too. I feel it works both ways a little bit, because your backs are nice.
I think that for the big Pimpin necklace, the enamel pieces against your body are actually more safe. Because if you think about how you wear jewelry, and you're coming up against like a counter or something like that, you could potentially crack. So you have to.
You're like knock them totally all the time.
Yep. Earrings for me are like the safest thing because I know like unless somebody drops them, they're gonna be fine.
Which happens. But you said like a lot of your earrings, like, well, Laura was showing this really elegant chain, and you had set each piece into like a prong setting, yeah. So do you do that for earrings as well, and do you do that for rings?
I rarely make rings. If I make rings, they're just for fun.
Me too. Same. I don't make rings at all, like ever.
Yeah. It's a pain in the butt to size things, and like I'm not a professional like fine jeweler, and I'm like I would just send it to somebody to size it because I would have no idea of all this like precious stones and enamel and things like I don't know. That's for somebody else. That's not for me.
No, special as jewelers, it's really clear. I think it's good to be clear that we all specialize in different things. We don't.
Yep.
Not everyone does the pave setting and the this and the this. We all have our specialties, and yours is. I think you've really like gone into enamel and really claimed that. And you said you've been doing this 20 years. Is that like how did this become your love?
Well, my husband and I moved from California to Seattle back in 2000, the year 2000. And I discovered Pratt Fine Art Center, which is like, a community art center, and they had metalsmithing classes, and I was interested in jewelry. I started taking classes there. My very first one was an enamel and a fold forming class, which I still do.
Yeah.
I was 20 years ago.
Yeah. How fundamental.
Yep. And I just took, class after class. I started working there as a work study, and I was there all the time, and I was obsessed. And then, I think it was 12 or so years later, I finally decided to go get a degree. And then I was like, you can get a degree in metalsmithing? What?
I know, right?
I know, it's kind of crazy. And so I did. I got my bachelor's degree and my master's degree in metalsmithing, and the whole idea for me was that I wanted to teach people, and I wanted people also to see that like a person of color also does these kinds of things, and it was important for me to kind of spread that word in my community. So thank you.
Absolutely.
So this is what I do. I teach it. I love it. I make it. I live it. I'm in here since the lockdown. I've been in my studio probably like 15-16 hours a day. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah. So what have you been exciting you? What have you been making that's been like, what's been getting you through?
I've been making a lot of these tube earrings.
These are cool. Yeah. A little bit, sweetie. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Okay. She's a great teacher. Oh, already a testimonial. These are great. So sweet. So I know these tube earrings kind of, because Laura showed these ones that you made. They're like a little dome, almost like a window. How are those related? How do you pick your forms? Some of these more graphic forms.
So these initially started with a die form, which is a way to kind of poof metal out,
Yeah, yeah.
But I love that shape.
Yeah.
And so I have a die form that is this shape. And so instead of making it dimensional, I wanted a flat one. So I just traced that pattern.
It really feels like a painting to me, like a little mini paint. Oh, the back is pretty, by the way. Look at how cool. I love your little setting. It's very subtle.
I had to, it's an engineering thing. So, if I put the post at the very top, they would hang on your ears really, really weird.
They would flip like this, what I mean? Sit
So I put it a little bit down, just so that they can sit up on your ear.
Well, I like that you followed the curve. You made a little double curve.
Yeah.
That's really nice because the line of that also matches the line of what you're doing, like in drawing. I think I like it how it all fits together.
I think it's just fun. Like I'm just always if I was not having fun, I would not be doing this.
Totally. This is a hard job. It's not like this is not easy, you guys.
Some fun things that I've started doing. I've been adding like stones and stuff to the top.
Oh, what is this? Hello.
So this is an agate I picked up at the Tucson Gem Show, and it was cut and polished by the German, I think they were called Pforzheim I can't remember the part of the show. I can't remember, but
PFOR.
Yep.
Yes, I know exactly. I know what you're talking about. Okay, I saw the cutest picture of you at Tucson Gem Show. Was that your first time going?
Yep.
Oh, that must have been right.
It was dangerous. It was dangerous for
So
sure.
it was inspired some of this new work. Then it sounds like too.
Yep.
Though.
These were the first earrings I think I made after the Gem Show. Because I just I needed to include that story. So I'm like, okay, here we go. And these are actually kind of big.
Yeah, how do they feel? How heavy? Because like they look
super light. They're like 26 gauge metal. They're set with the prong setting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a nice smell. And they're a little bit domed.
Yep,
So
these ones have the curve.
Yeah.
You know what's fun about this enamel is, so you know the whiteboards that we write on in a school are steel, they're enameled.
Yes.
So this is blackboard.
No.
Yeah, it's blackboard.
Cool.
And what's awesome about it is that when you fire it, it does this weird bubbling. It really doesn't want to come up to the temperature of my other enamels. So it reacts in a really strange way. And it's like the cosmos. It looks like out, starry night. It's like real lumpy. I can't predict the patterning, but there's no way you're going to be able to see it on my crappy phone. But
we'll have to post a picture later and then I'll post on stories. Look at that. I love all the little, it looks just like lots and lots of layers of drawing to me.
To me, I love this. This is one of my favorite patterns to do. It reminds me of a mermaid.
Oh, I like, oh yes! Ooh, what do the other ones remind you of? Tell me more.
Well, those definitely remind me of mermaids. Let's see. These ones remind me of funfetti, like the
Yes, totally.
funfetti. What else? This kind of reminded me of camo, but
yeah,
I think it's just because of the greens, But when I set this into a necklace, I'm going to take it away from that kind of camo.
So you're planning necklace for this piece, not brooch, because you've been doing a lot of brooches. I feel like.
Yeah.
So what's this going to be like? How's it going to hang as a necklace like this, like this?
I don't know. It takes me a really long time to plan like bigger pieces.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I make the earrings as a way to kind of work through that. But like things sit on my edges for years. So I'm like, I really try to figure it out. And like, because I don't kind of pre-plan, like by drilling through my enamel pieces or anything, I have to figure out and engineer a way to set them. And it's kind of like a little bit of a roadblock, and I kind of got to get over it, but it takes me a while to plan.
Is that, you feel like what is the roadblock in that? Do you feel like it's because you like making the forms, you like the enameling, you like the parts more, or
well, I just love to make this, right? So like I'm making
it's gorgeous. I get you. It's gorgeous.
Like,
and also all the detail work. I feel like you enjoy all the details, and
it's just like the dot. Like I love doing that. If I could hire somebody to actually execute the setting for me, I totally would do that if I had the money to do that. But this for me is the fun part. And then when we get into the more complicated thinking through a setting and figuring out a way to like
where
that stops me. And so it sits on my bench for a really long time until I figure it out. Those the two brooch that
Laura was showing, that
was super, like that was like, oh my God, this is going to be so simple. It's just tension set. I just slid that into that setting and it just sits there.
Perfect.
Like I didn't have to make any kind of attachment for it. It's just like super cinched.
And how long did that take? But that is part of the creative process. It's not linear. Mm-mm. There's no time frame. It doesn't work that way.
No, not for me.
It doesn't work for me neither. I have things from 10 years ago that are coming back that I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yep. I think we all go through this, and it's funny. I like hearing about the roadblocks though, because we all have things that we enjoy in our work and our hurdles, and it doesn't matter what kind of work you have. Everyone goes through this,
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely like, there's people out there that are very kind of technically adept that like will pre-plan and execute to perfection, like Peter Antor. Oh my God, he's amazing. You know, he's just like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and he's like, plan, 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 plan. Nash Quinn. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Oh. Like
Freaking
engineers though, but different minds.
different minds. You know, I'm not like that. I'm just like, you know, I'm an impulse shopper. All the things at the counter I'm gonna put in my cart. You know, my husband hates it when I go shopping. And it's just like, because I got all the chocolate, I got all the mints, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, ooh, it's pretty, it's sparkly, it looks yummy. Like, I want to eat that, I want to make that. Like, and then I think about it afterwards. I'm like, oh, like I kind of, you know, I kind of push myself into a corner now, you know, and it's because enamel is fragile. That's like the bottom line. It's glass and it will break. I can't just now start drilling into this,
No.
you know, I can't
You
push.
created almost a diamond or a special stone in a way. You created these objects. I really can see you doing objects in the future.
Oh yeah.
I really see it, especially with these little forms you're doing. I would love to see them almost as, you could almost just string them as beads or tension scent them if you're like, let it go too, you know? I could
I
see
think about that, but they would crash into each other.
I know, exactly. I know you can't have enamel touching enamel.
No. So
It's,
now it's like, what's the perfect material for in between these two things? You know, that's, I'm always thinking about rubber. I'm thinking about like tire materials, things like that. But I'm like, this is not part of this story. So I
no.
need,
So
to.
that's cute because you went, when Laura was showing this really awesome wood burned.
Yep.
Did you do the wood burnings on that? And how did you choose to use wood in that instance?
So a friend of mine bought me a bunch of beads from a show, and they're all wooden beads. I've got, you know, strands and strands and strands of them. And I wanted to continue the story of that necklace, but I didn't want it to all be enamel. I wanted to break it up. Yeah. So I had my friend laser etch it. Arthur Ashe, of course.
Oh, I love.
You know, he was in the studio next door. I'm like, Arthur, here's my file. Can you laser it? And he's like, sure. And so that became part of that story.
Oh, this is beautiful. Show us more things. I'm like, we have like 15 minutes. I want to see more prettiness. I also want to know, like, did you think about special things to send to Jewelry Edition when you started working with them? Did you make special pieces for them? Did that change your thinking?
I did make a couple special necklaces for them. And I did start using more color because I think, you know, initially I was just doing mostly black and white. So I did start sending them those arc earrings in the blue and in various other colors. Cool. And now I've kind of gone back to my roots of screen printing. So now we're getting into the liquid enamels, the double dip, so 2 different colors, and then like the really graphic screen printed design on top.
Wait, how do you do that?
I make little tiny baby screen prints.
They're so cute. Oh my God. They're awesome. This is so graphic in a totally different way. Thank you so much for coming, you guys. Bye, Lulu. But yeah, bye, Lulu. So awesome. This is totally different, but also you. This is cool.
This goes back to my roots. So 20 years ago, when I was at Pratt, I took a class with Coral Schaefer, who has since retired, and it was a screen printing on enamel class. Oh, wow. And I made this screen probably 17 years ago, and I used to make a line of little rectangle dangly earrings, and a lot of them had this kind of mid-century modern print on it. And I just recently this year have started doing it again because I've been asked to teach the screen printing. And so I was like, oh, well, you know, sample. And then I was just like, this is fun. Like, why did I stop doing this? Right? It's faster than what I do. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun though, too. I like that. Yes.
Then I have, let's see. I love the blues. And I love the color shift that happens when I add a blue on blue. Let's see.
You're like a little chemist too. Well, doing enamel is like science. Oh.
So it's like a light blue and a teal blue with the black over that.
This is very modern. Very
so like this cool. Is what, you know, but on this side, look at how much brighter. It's like a different color almost. Like here.
Huh. That's because of the screen printing, or is it an optical effect, or is there actual chemical thing happening where the blues are changing?
I think it's optical. So
Okay.
it's because I've added the clear coat on top that's under fired. It mutes the colors down. Plus this black graphic on top also shifts the color.
Mm-hmm.
So it's totally different.
How are you getting this? I'm all about the fun. Thank you. What about, do you solder that post on, or how's that attached? Okay, perfect. So
yeah, so I use a eutectic solder, a very high temperature solder, and I use surgical steel. I switched to surgical steel posts a couple years ago because my earrings kept coming back that were sterling silver because they're in the kiln. I can never get them hard enough, and they get bent to shit.
Yeah,
So,
I think they can take the heat in the enamel better. They just handle better, and you can actually solder on steel, but that gets kind of heavy. I know.
Yeah.
You know.
Surgical steel, I feel
or
like.
you can enamel on steel. I used to enamel with Suzanne Pugh, like
oh my God, Suzanne, my girl.
I know, I love her. Oh, this is greens. Oh, this is
yeah.
What's about the back on that one? Yes. Okay, totally. You totally see the difference in color.
Yep.
Awesome. And that's kind of the difference you're getting when you're getting this special coating on the top that you're doing that we were trying to explain before with the like sugar fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those are your perfect size. The 2-inch, right? Yes.
These are the smaller ones. So a lot of people were afraid of the big ones. They wouldn't, and I started making these 1.5s, and people
I'm all about having everything in multiple sizes.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep. There's just like, you got to find that right. So I sell a ton of these.
I can see perfect for me.
Yeah. They're perfect for everybody. Even the 2-inch ones, nobody should be afraid of. Like, if you have like a more round face like I do, they look great. If you have a tiny little face, they look good on you. This is the
that's not bad. You're right. That is not. I get worried sometimes with heaviness, I guess, or like my hairline.
These are not heavy. And I have little tiny bitty ears, the tiniest ears. And I'm really sensitive. Like I can't wear some things all day. And my earrings never bother me. So these are the 1.5. And these are the 2.
Totally wearable, both.
Mm-hmm. And they're super, super light.
I love the black and white. It's so graphic. But this colorful series, you look super cute. I love it with your whole outfit today. Yeah. Yeah.
I wore it special for you.
Your shirt, thank you so much. Your shirt, too, I have to say, is graphic as well, which matches your work, which I think it works really nicely together. It's great. Okay, one last piece maybe before I switch over to Laura. Anything else?
Trip to Tucson.
Yes. What's
stones? So I just made these, which are like a druzy on top.
Oh. Ooh, what a good color combo.
Sorry if that's blurry. It looks blurry to me. And then
the druzy is so beautiful with your enamel.
Yeah, that was fun.
So much texture on texture on texture.
It's like a Dalmatian, sparkly druzy in there.
Oh, those ones are killer. Totally. Totally.
And I made one other, I think I made these. These are more special to me because it's my California roots. And Central California has this amazing little town called Los Osos, which means the bears. And there's a cove called Spooner's Cove, and I collected all these really amazing flat rocks.
Oh, how cool.
And then this top piece is an alloy of silver and copper called shibuishi. And so it has some of the brooch, the stacked brooch that Jewelry Edition has. It's a really big shibuishi piece of silver and then a really big enamel piece on bottom. That is an alloy that I made.
You made it? Okay, so you made this. Oh, this is awesome. So why did you choose? Is it because you really like the color match with the stone?
I did.
It has a little bit different color.
I love the texture.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I don't know if you can see it. In my picture, it's blurry, but...
It's a little blurry. You'll have to take a picture for me later so I can show everybody because I really want...
It's on my website.
Okay, it's on your website. Okay, cool.
So Tanya Monique Jewelry is my website. And if anything that you saw that Laura had on today, that's Jewelry Edition.
Yeah.
And they have a huge collection of my work right now. Like some of my major pieces they have right now. And then I think I might switch out for some of these new earrings. They have a pair of these.
Those are great. They're super.
But they don't have any of these new tube ones because I just started making these.
I think they had people here really responded because they're almost like a little baby version of the vessels, the bigger vessels, and tighter and very wearable. I like that. I like that. So I'm going to say Laura wants to come in, and I want to say thank you, Tanya, so much.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun. You know what? I really, really appreciate you doing this. This is amazing.
I really love highlighting what you're doing and showing all your artistry, and I'm super inspired. This is really nice to connect to, and
thank you.
And okay, we're gonna say hi, and everyone's gonna check you out because I tagged you in all my stories as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and thank you to everybody who made comments. I was busy talking, so I couldn't respond, and I saw that my niece was on there. So hey, Mimi.
Oh, super. Well, I'm gonna record this, so we're gonna have people will be able to watch it later.
Awesome.
Okay. Bye, guys. Okay, I'm gonna get Jewelry Edition here really quick. Say hi. There we go, because I want them to show a little bit more what they got and like give us a little preview for next week. You guys, thank you so much. How awesome is that? How awesome to see all that behind the scenes.
That was awesome. Tanya's great. And this is the brooch. The brooch she was talking about, the Los Osos brooch. With the shibuishi and the enamel.
Oh yeah.
Just amazing.
I mean, hey everybody, you can hear me, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna hear me. So this is the shibu. Oh yeah, the shibuishi. I really want to show. She said it's on her website, so you can see. Oh, this is amazing.
This is the shibuishi. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and one thing that Tanya probably didn't get to, and I didn't get to in the beginning, is that she does travel a lot. She's moved so many times. That's always a big part of when she does lectures and she gives lectures. She's always kind of giving that history of all of the different landscapes and the places that she's lived and how they've inspired her work. And I think in certain pieces you can definitely tell that more. With these earrings have the kind of like sand. These are called sand line. And isn't that cool? And again,
she said it's not shibuishi, the other one. Hello. She said the other one is actually electroformed.
Oh, this one.
Oh, yes, the brooch originally. But I do love earrings are amazing. Okay, well,
gotcha. I grabbed Los Osos. This one's titled Los Osos. Yeah, but she does amazing work. It's always so remarkable.
Wait, go back to
the settings.
I want to see them really quick because those were.
Which ones?
The ones you were just showing because you were talking about the sand line.
Oh yeah,
these awesome colors.
Yeah, it's a really neutral color palette.
Beautiful. But it kind of brings in her black and white, kind of like what she's been doing. Did she bring any other colorful things for you? Because you're wearing green and she was talking about
these. I love these. These are a favorite of mine. And these are the 2-inch diameter. And then these are the blue, the half domes that she's doing. Those are just really special.
I love that. They really feel like little paintings, right? Because she's
fired from New Mexico.
Totally feels like, when you do like an excavation and you go through all the different layers of the earth, you're going through all the layers of the earth in a way. Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah,
this color,
it's really
color is super cute on you. That liney.
Oh, I know which one she's talking about. This one is the shibuishi. I'm sorry, Tanya. This one here.
Yes. Oh, I love this.
Yeah, and that's with the enamel. And you can see that texture.
That textured vessel.
Yeah, I love this piece. This piece is really special. But this is the other one was the Los Osos from that area, the titled Los Osos. And then we've got some of her screen printed earrings too. Some of the green.
Oh yeah, she showed us. Those are so fun because they kind of feel like a old, but I guess new take.
Yeah, what I love about Tanya is when she makes a shift, when she goes into a different direction, it's so seamless. Like she just kind of takes one element and sort of moves it a little forward. And I love what she was showing earlier with the little baby tubes and bringing back in stones and kind of coming back to screen printing, which is something that she used to do years ago. So it's just really special. I love these earrings. They're a favorite of mine.
Ooh, what cool form.
Cool.
Okay,
the
did
back.
I see those? Yes.
Yeah, these are really wonderful. And
there is another.
Louisa was joining us earlier. She had to leave a little early, but she's one of the writers that we invited to work with Jewelry Edition this year. And yeah, so she and Ashley Callahan, Louisa is in the Boston area now, and Ashley is in Athens, Georgia. And they both signed on to the project to help us with some written pieces that we were initially going to do in a larger print edition. But because of how things are panning out with coronavirus and whatnot, we've decided to put that investment into bringing things more online and making other things available to the artists. So, you know, you're still going to see those written pieces. They'll just be published probably either on our website or through our email.
Yeah, and you have a little feature about the writers on your website right now, so they can dive in more. And then Kat asked really quick before we leave, we have 3 minutes. Kat was asking if you have a half dome with lovely red orange lines. Do you still have those? Half dome ones on the earrings?
Yes, those are the ones. Those are the ones that I was saying we both love. These guys. Yeah.
The little line.
I mean, I cannot believe these are still around. Like, these are like the best. I love them. I mean, these are really awesome too, though. The green. I mean,
it's really nice. Green is you, though. Also, by the way,
the green,
like,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
I get you. Wait, what else do you want to show us? Like any other favorite piece before we go?
You know, these are the little folded pieces.
Oh, that's so cute.
And that's just really simple. Like, you can layer that with a bunch of things if you want. Like,
piece. Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, it's fragile. And Tanya's right in that enamel can be fragile, but, you know, it's not to be afraid of, you know, like you can still wear it and get lots of wear out of it. I know, Tanya, I want every piece. She said, I look in all her jewelry and I want every.
No, she looks cute. Her jewelry. I love it when jewelers wear their jewelry. Like Tanya wearing her pieces, it looks good with the whole outfit, you know?
Yeah. You know, I was having a thought today when I was thinking about coming on here and talking to you, and thinking just about how Jewelry Edition got started and thinking about our friendship and how we all work together in the field, and how, you know, a lot of people will ask Kat and I why we do this, like why we take so much of our own time away to do a project like this. And well, first of all, we get so much out of it because we get to work with our community. And then also, another thing I was kind of thinking about is that a lot of times artists who work with artists, where we go, the craft fairs, different shows, different other things that we do out in the world, we're often the first ones to see what people are doing. And so we're often the first people to see something exciting happening. And I think Jewelry Edition is a testament to artists who are able to kind of detect that and go, okay, wait, hold up. Everybody needs to look over here because this person is doing something really great. And I think sometimes that happens before the gallery notices or before, you know, they get curated into something. And I think that's another place that Jewelry Edition can serve, is to kind of work with each other, celebrate each other, and, you know, make space at the table for more people to be able to, you know, thrive. Yeah.
Really lift each other up. I agree. And that's kind of what we're doing here too. I feel all the things. Laura, I want to say thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for bringing this to us and telling us a little bit about your story, and then bringing Tanya, who is dope and brought so much great knowledge, and I love hearing all the backstory. We look forward to Megan McGaffigan next
week is Megan, and that's going to be super fun. And, you know, we will continue to unbox and show things on our Instagram. And of course, anybody can send us a message, and make sure to just stay tuned. This is so much fun. Thank you, Megan, for hosting Jewelry Edition.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Happy Monday, everybody. We'll see you next
week.
Monday. Bye, Laura. Bye, Tanya. You guys are awesome. Thank you.